Dear students, today we are going to learn about problem number 4 from Telugu Academy Intermediate First Year Accounts textbook, which is prescribed by Board of Intermediate Education of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh State. So, if you like my video, share it with your friends and comment upon the video, as well as do not forget to subscribe for me. Thank you. I'll be starting with problem number 4. So I'm reading the question to you. Journalize the following transactions in the books of Bhagat, 2019, January 1st. Commence business with cash rupees 40,000 and furniture worth 10,000. So here Mr. Bhagat, he is not only bringing cash into the business, as well as he is getting some furniture also, which is costing 10,000. So this is being an opening entry where we will record with this with help of this formula, debit cash and a credit capital account. Cash account return 40,000 and furniture of 10,000 to capital account. It is 50,000. So we have recorded the opening entry of Mr. Bhagat, and after writing this journal entry, then you should write a statement for what purpose you have recorded this journal entry, and that statement is called narration. So the narration will start with the word being. Being business started with cash and furniture. So the next transaction is January 2nd, sold goods to Suchitra. So here the name has come. So this particular transaction will be dealt with the personal rule, because already in the formulae I have written this rule deals with names of persons, bank, business establishment or firm, etc. So here sold goods to Suchitra means it is name of a person. That means we are selling on credit. So we will take personal rule for January 2nd. For this, the formula is debit the receiver, credit is the giver. So when we are selling goods to Suchitra, who is the receiver? Suchitra is the receiver. And credit is the giver. What we are giving goods in the form of sales. So whenever you purchase goods, you should take purchases, and whenever you sell goods, you should take sales. It is 20,000. So after writing this journal entry, we will write a statement for what purpose we have written this journal entry. So that statement is called narration. So it will start with the word being. Being goods sold to Suchitra on credit. Next is January 3rd, purchased machinery. So here machinery is nothing but an asset or property. So the rule which deals with assets or properties is real and property rule. So we are purchasing an asset called machinery for cash. So he has not mentioned cash, but you should assume that it is cash only because the universal medium of exchange is money, that is cash. So it will be real and property rule. So the formula is debit what comes into the business, credit what goes out of the business. So here purchased machinery means what is coming into the business, machinery is coming into the business. It is 30,000 and what goes out of the business, cash is going out of the business. So after writing this journal entry, we should write a statement for what purpose you have written this journal entry. So that statement is called narration. So the narration will start with word being. Being machinery purchased. So the next journal transaction is on January 5th, paid rent. Next transaction is January 5th, paid rent. So the business premises rent you are paying, so it is nominal rule, because the nominal rule it deals with all expenses and losses, incomes and gains of the business only. So here we should debit all expenses and losses. So rent paid is an expense. So we will debit rent account. So after writing this journal entry, we will write a statement for what purpose you have recorded this journal entry. So that statement is called narration and it will start with the word being. Being rent paid. And next one is January 9th. It is paid electricity bill. So that means you are paying the electricity bill of the business premises. So here we will take the nominal rule because this rule deals with all expenses and losses, incomes and gains of the business only. So electricity bill paid for business premises. So we will debit all expenses and losses. So electricity bill should be debited. So it is nominal rule. So debit all expenses and losses. So we will debit electricity bill. And we are paying in the form of cash because the universal medium of exchange is money, that is cash. So after recording this journal entry, then we will write a statement for what purpose you have written this journal entry, and that is called narration. And this narration will start with the word being. transaction, sold goods for cash. So that means it is real account, real property rule. The formula is debit what comes into the business, credit what goes out of the business. So, sold goods for cash means what is coming into the business. When you are selling goods, cash is coming into the business, and credit what goes out. What is going out? Goods are going out in the form of purchases, in the form of sales. So whenever you purchase goods, you should take purchases. Whenever you sell goods, you should take sales. So here cash is coming in. And goods are going out in the form of sales. That is 6,000 rupees. Being goods sold for cash. Being goods sold for cash. So, dear students, the next transaction is on January 15, bought goods on credit from Nikhil. So, he has given the name as well as clearly he has mentioned in the transaction that goods are purchased on credit. That means here no money or cash is involved. So, we are purely purchasing goods on credit from Mr. Nikhil. So, here this rule deals with the personal rule because name of the person has come. So it is personal rule. Formula is debit is the receiver, credit is the giver. So what we are receiving? We are receiving goods from Mr. Nikhil. So that means in the form of purchases. That is 10,000. To who is the giver? Nikhil is the giver. So after writing this journal entry, then you should write a statement for what purpose you have written this journal entry. So that statement is called narration. And the narration will start with word being. Being goods purchased from Nikhil on credit. And next transaction is on January 18th, paid wages. So that means it is a business expense. So it comes under nominal rule, because the nominal rule, it deals with all expenses and losses, incomes and gains. So here we will debit all expenses and losses. So wages paid is an expense to the business. So wages should be debited. And credit we will take cash, because wages will be paid in the form of cash, because the universal medium of exchange is money, that is cash. Jan 21st, interest received through check. Interest received through check. So interest received, it comes under nominal rule because already I have told several times this rule deals with all expenses, losses, incomes and gains of the business. So interest received is an income to the business. So it is dealt under nominal rule, debit what all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So interest received is an income. So we will credit interest. So we are receiving this interest in the form of check. So we will take bank account because the checks are cleared in banks only. So debit will be bank account. And credit all incomes and gains. So interest received is an income. So interest will be credited. It is 5,000 rupees. Being interest received in the form of check. So, dear students, in this problem number 4 of Telugu Academy, intermediate first year, which is prescribed by Telangana State and Andhra Pradesh State intermediate boards, the last transaction of problem number 4 is Jan 25th, advertisement expenses paid. So advertisement expenses, so in the sentence itself it is stating that it is an expense. So you know already it is nominal rule because nominal rule deals with all expenses and losses, incomes and gains. So you are putting advertisement expense for your business expansion. So it is debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So advertisement expenses should be debited because debit all expenses and losses. So it is nominal rule. Advertisement expenses, account data 3,000 will be paying advertisement expenses in the form of universal medium of exchange, that is money or cash. If he has mentioned any check or a draft, then you should credit bank account. But nothing he has mentioned in the question, so we will assume that the advertisement expenses are paid in the universal mode of payment, that is money or cash. So after writing this statement, journal entry, we will write a statement for what purpose we have written this journal entry, and that statement is called narration. So the narration will start with the word being. Being advertisement expenses. Paid. Thank you. This is the end of problem number 4. If you like my video, share it with your friends and also comment on this video as well as do not forget to subscribe. Thank you.